All right, if you're seeing this video, that means you made it through part one of when I dated a younger guy. And this is the part where his wife, a girlfriend at the time, his wife now is obsessed with me. She's obsessed with me, y'all. Let me tell you why she's obsessed with me. When they started dating, me and this dude, we never fell out of touch. I mean, I've been knowing him since he was 21. Now he's about to be 31, so almost 10 years, right? And we never fell out of touch. We never did anything where we never had conversations for a year. Now, mind you, when he started dating this girl, I had no clue about it. I had no clue about this girl, who she was, what she was doing. I could care less. He would come and he always checked on me. He always checked on my kids. He always said if I needed anything, that he would be there. And the way that we broke up, he just felt so bad about the way we broke up that he was like, you know what? I'm going to try to right the wrong. I know I did some fucked up shit. I know I was younger then, you know what I'm saying, as I gotten older, because now he's no longer a cop, or sheriff. He is a truck operator, right? He drives trucks. And mind you, I told you he got a CDL when me and him were together, because I always told him, listen, just have that as a backup. So yeah, he did that. So got a CDL, became a truck driver, and me and him, we fall out of touch. We might not talk for 3 or 4 months, but then he always gonna call and check on me. And when he call and check on me, if he ain't got nobody, most of the time I was going through this period of 3 years where I was just by myself, right? I was by myself, and I decided to just chill, because you got to get yourself right before you deal with somebody else. And this wasn't after him. This was, me just getting myself together. So, you know what I'm saying? We talking, excuse me, we talking, we chilling like we always do. He's making money now. Now, let me tell you, from the money that he used to make to the money that he's making now, he's making a lot. Like, we always talked about, like, when he would get money, like if he was to ever, like, do better, what he would do. And he did that. Like, once he became a cop, he bought him a charger. He, you know what I'm saying? Like, he upped his game level, which was cool. And I helped him up his game level. Even though he got the charger, I was driving it. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. Once he became a truck driver, again, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. Never told me he had a girlfriend, because he was hanging out with me like he ain't had nobody, right? And so we was chilling. He would come through. He knew my favorite food is seafood. We go through to seafood restaurants, nice restaurants. He would come over. I cook breakfast. We'll eat. He'd hang out with me and the kids. Like, we'll go to the park. We chill. If I need a couple of dollars, he's sliding through. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool on me. Like, I'm good. So all of a sudden, I get this call. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? I want to know if you dealing with such and such. And I'm like, dealing with such? No, I'm not dealing with him. Like, no, that's my friend. We cool. So she was like, well, me and him are together. Da, 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 da. So time goes on. She called me talking about that, right? And I'm just like, how the hell he with you? But listen, whatever. So I'm woman to woman. Like, I'm one of those, like, don't you don't call me on no crazy shit. We cool, right? So she calls me and she's like, oh, we together. We been together, this, that, and the third. I said, honey, I didn't know nothing about you. And she was like, oh, well, I knew about you. And I'm like, you knew what about me? Like, she know my daughter name. She know all this shit, right? So come to find out, long story short, like, all the people that the people that he has as a friend group, been his friends since he was in middle school and grown on up. So when me and him used to rock with each other, you know what I'm saying, they were there. So these are still his friend group. So they would tell her stuff, because now she's the girlfriend. So they're telling her stuff about, he used to date this lady named Taylor. You know what I'm saying? They was tight. It was this, there was that, there was that. They used to do this, they used to do that. So in her mind, she's already standoffish and already calling me old. I'm old. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I didn't know none of this, because once it came out that that's who he was dealing with, then I'm asking him, like, how is you dating her and then you up here chilling with me? Like, I don't double dip. Like, that's not my whole thing. He was just like, well, she say she now these are the games that she play. She didn't want to be with me. You know what I'm saying? We was living in the same house, but she don't have nowhere to go. I want to make sure she good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, like, leave on bad terms, but I don't want to put her out, whatever. And she's not from here. She's from another city, and I want to make sure she good before she, right. I said, okay, cool. Well, why the hell she talking about y'all weren't together? He was like, no, we weren't. Okay, cool. But once I get to talking to her, she's telling me, oh, he ain't got no good head. He ain't got no good D. He, you know what I'm saying? He's a good provider, but I'm not giving him none and all this other stuff. And in my head, I'm like, well, shit. You done told me, like, she telling me how all the stuff he does for her. You know what I'm saying? He does this, he does that, he does that. And I'm just like, well, if he's doing so much for you and all the man asks for you to do is give him a little cooter cat when he come home off the road, what's the problem? And then, she's mad because not only was he was paying all my bills. Like, he was paying my bills, period. And he was paying all his bills, unbeknownst to me. So she's mad because he's basically giving me money. And I'm like, okay, cool. Listen, that's not my issue. That's something y'all got to deal with. I'm over here minding my business doing what I do. And this man didn't tell me about you or whatever. So that's on him. Y'all need to talk about that. I'm not even mad because I'm not his girl. You know what I'm saying? We cool. You know what I'm saying? Friends with a little benefit. She's on some, you this, that, and the third. So once he told me about her, I'm like, okay, cool. You need to go deal with that. I'm not about to do all that. Boom. We stopped talking. Cool. That's what we always do. We take a break, we stop talking. But I know he will be back. And he came back. And when he came back, he's like, so yeah, this becomes the obsessed part, right? So she found out about me. He say, okay, she said she wanted to make it work and da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. Go do what y'all do. I don't care about that. I don't like to be in no drama. Boom. Next thing I hear, he got married. Yay. Next thing I hear, he has a baby. I'm happy for him because that's what I know that's what he wanted, right? So boom, I'm minding my business. Of course, here he comes sending me an email. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm just checking on you because da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. So he's checking on me. Cool. He always checked on me. So we get to rapping, we get to talking or whatever. And that's what it strictly is, talking. So, he's talking to me. I'm minding my business. I done moved on, did my thing. And then finally, you know what I'm saying? I'm minding my business one day. Here she come calling me. Now she wants to say, I'm Mrs. such and such and such. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, if you Mrs., why is you calling me? I don't have nothing to do with that dude. She said, well, I see y'all have been having conversations. I said, yeah, but I ain't been fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better be glad I ain't been fucking. Because if I was, then I would have his last. I could have. Do you understand? You were the option. You were not the choice. He tells me that all the time. You were the option. I have always told him that I would never backtrack and go back down that road. Like, we had everything set up. We were doing what we do. And he was too young to realize that. And I told him once we were together, I said, once we're done, that's it. We could always be cool. And that's basically what it was. We were going to always be cool. Because he is the only dude that when a dude fuck you over and he come back and make it right. Some dudes fuck you over, keep it moving and do what they need to do for the next woman and just be like, shit, I done left some fucked up people or burnt some bridges in my past. And I'm going to leave it like that. Not this dude. He circled the block and he made it right. And that's why I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can look out for me and he can care about me and it ain't got to be anything sexual and I'm cool with that. But in her mind, of course, she thinking it's something different. And he's telling her, listen, Taylor gonna always have a special place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a person I could talk to, this, that, and the third. So I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no way you're telling your wife this. So when she get on the phone with me, with her sister, she's telling me, well, he's telling her, he's got, he could talk to you. Y'all gonna always have a bond. And in my mind, I'm like, he did tell her this shit. And he's like, I've always told her, like, she knows that you always have a special place in my heart. And I'm like, that's cool. I said, but you're married. So at the end of the day, you got to respect how she feel. But then she come with the F shit. Like, she tried to throw up, he does this. But you don't want to work to help him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do anything. You just want to be a kept woman. And so with that being said, she's obsessed because every time I turn around, it's me and him still going to have a conversation. Like, that's why I always ask the question of, okay, if you have an ex and y'all not doing anything and you have someone new in your life, are you supposed to cut all your exes, friends, female friends off because she not cool with it? Because you don't know where that's going to go. Now, I understand that's his wife. And if the shoe was on the other foot and knowing the history, I definitely would have an issue with it. But at the same time, like, you came into this situation knowing about me. I didn't know about you. And at the same time, it didn't matter because I never wanted him. I don't ever want him. I respect and love him as a friend. And that's why I don't want to lose my friend. because he was with me when I didn't have shit. He was there when I needed him. Like when I needed somebody to ride that bus late night with me to make sure that I was cool, and my husband didn't do it, you know what I'm saying, at the time, and he wouldn't do it, then he was there, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say we were friends for a long time. But me and my husband, when me and my husband ended, that's when I met him. And when he wouldn't do it, he was there. You know what I'm saying? So, that was the ending of that relationship with my husband, because I felt like if this person could do this for me, then you not taking the time out to do it. It's cool. We're done. But the whole purpose of her feeling like, oh, you're trying to take something from me. I'm not trying to take anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been here. I was here before you. I'll probably be here after you. I don't want that man. If I wanted that man, I could have had that man just snap it. I could apply pressure. But it's not for me. Y'all married. I respect marriage. I ain't touched that man. This man ain't licked on this thing or touched this since he's been married. So I feel like I get that she's upset, but then she come with the F shit. She wants to go and mess with other females, and she wants to go and date other females while he's on the road because she's so lonely. She's so lonely. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the fact that he's being loyal to her should mean something to her, because she looking at me like I'm a threat. I'm not the threat, because I don't want him. The threat is any woman that see that he's a good man and he take care of his home and he take care of his family, and she want him and he entertains her. That's your threat. I'm not your threat. I've been there, done that, baby. So, you know, she just can't get over it, because he told me, he was like, you know, she watches your videos and she talks about you every time we get in a argument. It's, well, did you and Taylor do this? Did you and Taylor go through this? Did you Taylor? Baby, it's been years and you still bringing my name up. Like, it's not, you have never been an issue and will never ever be an issue in my mind, because I'm a grown ass woman. I was there when he was a kid. When you have somebody that's been through the trenches with you, because he went through the trenches with me when I didn't have anything and I needed a babysitter, and he was there, and I needed somebody to get my daughter out the bus. And at my daughter's 8th grade graduation, my daughter is now 23. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was there when her own father wouldn't attend shit at my daughter's graduation. He was there. He's always been there. You know what I'm saying? And if I need him, I know he's coming regardless. But I don't use those situations to do anything. I always wish him the best. One thing I could say about him, he is truly and deeply in love with her. Now, I can't say she truly and deeply in love with him. I think she truly and deeply in love with the shit that he do for her. But I don't think she's truly and deeply in love with him. You know what I'm saying? And I have a admiration and respect and care for him, because, like I said, when nobody else there, he stood on business about me. Regardless of what I went through, when I was going through some shit with my ex, crazy stalker dude, he stood on business. He was there. You know what I'm saying? When my daughter didn't know nobody else to call, she called him and he came. So at the end of the day, when you got people like that in your life that dream with it, and I don't have many people like that. I don't have no people like that in my life. I've never had anybody in my life like that. Everybody that's been in my life ain't shit. Ain't shit, won't be shit. And that's not a sad story. That's just life. You have people that you call family that ain't family, where you can find people that are strangers and become family to you. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of what past shit you went through. So even though I know that that's far and few between, like, it's not often that you find someone like that. It's just what it is. So that is my story, you guys. Like, I'm not a great storyteller. You know what I'm saying? I be hopping here and there and that. But I be trying to tell y'all a little bit about the bullshit that I went through when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I don't care to be perfect. I don't care if you look at this video and get any type of judgment. You want to look at me and judge me because I'm telling you my story. Bitch, turn the camera around, turn the mirror around. Let's look at what the fuck you got going on. People love to judge folks when they don't know. You know what I'm saying? The whole story. But then when they figure it out, then it's like, oh, I want to judge you on that. But then if you look into their life is fucked up, or even more fucked up than somebody else's. Don't look at somebody and judge. That's why I don't judge anybody. When somebody going through something, I see men and women going through shit, I say, you know what? When they get tired, they get tired. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's not me. I don't have to sleep with that man. I don't have to lay with that woman. That's not my business. My business is my business. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna judge anybody. But people are so quick to judge. Judge the fuck out of me. I don't give a fuck. Period. You can't throw some shit in my face that I done told you. You can't make me feel bad about some shit I done lived through and healed through. So you need to figure out what you need to deal with and what you need to work on so you can stop being so judgmental of other people, because it's not easy to do